And we're live on Wild Style Kids. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. Today we're gonna draw
Gon.
Gon. Yeah, Gon from Cartoon Network. He's a funny little cartoon. What is he, a T-Rex?
Yeah.
He's a T-Rex, and he's one of your favorite shows, right? All right, let's get ready to do this.
Gon is really tiny. He's like as tiny as like.
Gon is really tiny, huh?
He's like as tiny as baby
It's
Freya.
like a little tiny T-Rex. Okay, well, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get our pencils ready.
Baba.
We're gonna start out. Oh, you're feeling goofy today, huh? Okay.
Jesus, you.
Okay, let's do this before you lose your mind. Okay, so we're gonna start out with some basic shapes in the middle of our page here. We're gonna use real light pressure. We're just drawing real light right now, figuring out where Gon is gonna be on our page and kind of how big he's gonna be and the proportions of his body and all that good stuff. So he has a big head, okay, and it's kind of like a. We're just gonna start out with kind of like a rectangle, okay, real light. It's kind of like a rectangle, and then up top, he's got kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a oblong, it's like a oblong skewed rectangle, I guess. Okay, these are basic shapes we're working with here. He's got some spikes on the top of his head, so I'm going to do a little triangle up there just to remind me, dead center. His mouth, at least the way we're drawing it this time, kind of comes down towards the bottom and hooks back up on the other side. Okay. Now, his body, we're drawing him straight on, so he's got kind of a little body. We're just going to do, now we're going to kind of do this our way, too, you know. I mean, I'm just going to do this little teardrop shape, okay? About that big. Yep. And then he's got these big old haunches on him. He's got big legs. Tiny body, giant head, big legs, and big feet. And then I'm going to have those connect back to the ground like that. That's going to be his feet. Okay. See, I'm working real kind of basic geometric shapes here.
I'm gonna draw his spiky toes.
Yeah. And his spiky toes will be down here. Yep. And he's got a tail coming out the back. I'm just going to put that there as a reminder. And then we're going to do, he's got little tiny T-Rex arms, okay? And his hands are going to be kind of up like this. So I'm going to do some rectangles. Real light right there. See that? And then up here, his shoulders are going to come out, and then his elbows are going to bend back in towards his hands. He's going to have some claws. He'll have 3 claws on each hand, like so. Okay, now let's focus on the eyes. So the eyes are, he seems to always have a scowl on his face. So he's got a slanted, inward, kind of mean looking eye. He's got one on each side, like so.
Yes, right. It's starting to look like a frog with spikes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of, we'll work on this a little bit more. That's kind of rough. Now he's got a big old brow on each eye. I mean, this guy's got some brows on him, I'll tell you.
Those are already like.
Yeah, he's got some brows. And then he's got his nostrils kind of come straight down from the corner of each eye. Okay, like so. I'm just going to put some kind of rough, like circle shapes there. What do you think so far? This is rough shapes here. It's about what he's, I think that's about how he looks. Now, I'm going to start pushing with a little firmer pressure. Now, I'm going to start pushing with a little firmer pressure and adding some detail here to my drawing. At this point, we have basic shapes, proportions, where he's at on our page, that kind of stuff figured out. Now we're really going to start drawing him now that we have that figured out. So I'm going to start with the eyes here. I'm going to start with the brow. I'm going to come down from the middle and comes back up and curve out like that. And then I'm just going to teardrop his eye down and connect it back up here. Okay. And then in the middle is his pupil. And then I'm going to finish that brow off like so. And it kind of squares off at the outside like that. We're going to try to do the same thing over here now. Boy, are you done over there? You already moved right along, didn't you? Okay. And now finishing off that eyebrow. Bum, 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 like so. Head is rounded at the top. Spike. Got another smaller spike in front of that one. Okay, like so. This brow needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go in like that. Add a couple lines there to show his face is kind of tensed up. The nostrils, I'm going to do like some comma shapes. Okay, and I'm going to add a little definition to his nostril there. I'm going to do a line like so. A couple little wrinkles where his brows connect back to his head. And now we're going to do his big old cheeks he's got. And it comes around like so. How are we doing, Mav? Are we doing all right? And there he is. That's his face. What do you think? Does that look like him, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
I think that does. From what I remember.
I remember he has like stripes on his belly.
Yes, he does. You were right. And we were going to get to that. I'm going to get to that here in just a second. So I'm going to start now on his shoulders. I'm going to come down to his elbows, connect back towards his hands where they're going to be. Let's do those hands. I'm going to do kind of 3 bumps like so. And that's going to be his nails. Or claws, I guess we could call them. I'll do the same thing on the other side. We're staying pretty symmetrical here on this drawing. Because we're doing them straight on, right? And then like Mav said, down the middle, he's got a whole bunch of lines across his body. They go like that. Like so. Okay, now let's get these legs going, huh? So, we'll come up, following our general shape that we already have roughed in. He's got a sharp pointy toe right there, another one here, and another one more straight on here. Okay. What do you think so far, buddy? I think we're doing all right. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And we're going to do one toe here, another toe here, and another toe here. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to fix that slightly, like that. Now let's do the tail. His tail's coming out to a point and coming back down like that. He has little. Are you moving on to ink already? That's all right. Go for it. He's got a bunch of spikes on his tail. I know I'm kind of slow, huh? Sorry, man. Trying to get faster. And they're pointed at the top as his tail rounds out, and then they start to just become circles with points like that. Okay, so at this point, we pretty well have Gon penciled out. I like the way he looks. Looks pretty much like he does from what I remember, doesn't it? What do you think, bud? Does he? Does this look like him? You know, you'd be the expert. No comment, huh? Am I failing you? What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now at this point, I'm ready to move on to ink. So I'm going to get my bold marker and I'm going to trace the outline of my drawing. I'm not really going to change anything at this point. So, I mean, you can. At this point, if something doesn't look right, if you don't like the way, or you forgot something, or there's some additional details you want to add, now's the time to do it before you start inking. But I feel pretty comfortable, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I'm going to speed it up for that part. You guys can take the time to do that now. Like I said, this is a style thing. You could do a fine tip like Mav's doing on your whole drawing. It's up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alrighty, done with my bold marker. Now I'm going to move on to my fine tip, and I'm going to go through the interior of my drawing and trace my pencil lines and add maybe a few extra little details here and there. Once I'm done with that, we'll move on to erasing. So go ahead and get your fine tip marker out and let's go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. So I am done with my fine tip. Might notice I added some little texture lines to his nails, just to kind of give him some life, bring him to life, give him a little bit more detail. Same thing on his horns. And then also when I used my bold, you notice I went around, I did his whole head, and I went through the tail and did that. That's just because you know, the tail is behind his legs, and so that's why I did that. And the same thing with the head. But those are just little details that I do sometimes as I go along. As I mentioned before, those are things you can do if you want. You don't have to do them. But anyway, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and erase all my pencil lines that I used to help me get this far. Before I go through with my fine tip again and add any last minute details. So go ahead and get your eraser and let's go ahead and do that now. now that I've done that, I'm going to go through and clean this up a little bit. I'm going to add some hatch marks for shade effect on Gon here, anywhere that there's going to be a shadow. In this case, I'm going to have the light coming from up above, so underneath on the bottom side of his belly here, his legs, his brows, things like that. And then maybe just some additional fine details. So I'm going to go ahead and get my fine tip and do that now. Okay. Cool. I think that about does it. I'm going to add some shading underneath them here. Just some quick lines. You could do the same if you want to add a little extra effect here. And you can be messy with it. Doesn't really matter. Throw a couple little pebbles in there, you know, just for the fun of it. Real quick. And I am done. I am so done here. I'm going to sign my drawing now. Don't forget to do that. You always want to do that, and you want to date it so you can look back and see how much you've progressed over time. It's fun to look back at, I think. It'll be really fun to look back at your drawing someday. Okay, guys. Are you done, buddy? Oh, you're signing your name? Good, good. I think we're going to move on to coloring this guy. Are you ready to color him?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's show everybody our drawing. Okay, awesome. You got a lot going on in there. What's going on? What is all this here?
Fruit.
Fruit. He loves fruit, I take it. That's his favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? All right, cool. I love it. Well, that was a lot of fun. Did you have fun? All right. Well, hey, we hope that you guys had fun drawing with us today. We're going to go ahead and color our drawings now. We're going to speed it up for that part. We would love to see what you guys do with your drawings. Please share with us, or have your parents share with us on Instagram. Tag us at WildStyleKids. You got a fur ball? Hashtag WildStyleKids so we can share it with our friends in there. Keep it together. We only got a few more seconds there, buddy. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.